Oh. Hey there, guys. You know what happens when you give a retard access to a computer and video editing software? He makes a response video to neo-Nazi social justice warrior Milo Stewart, so sit back and enjoy the cringe.
Hello, lovely people.
Hey there, Milo. Did you know you have balls on your chin?
Okay, so you reach the point where you acknowledge that trans people are people. And thus deserve basic human respects. Congratulations! Now you're ready to learn how you can better support trans people as a marginalized community.
Oh boy, can I! I can only imagine what you want me to do to help. I can rule out anything important within your community, like the unemployment rate, murder rate, or anything like that. My guess is you're gonna try to get me to adopt your stupid-ass lingo, or... What? What the hell? Get out of here with that shit!
Most of these tips could apply to supporting any marginalized community, but this video specifically addresses how to be a better ally to trans people.
Yeah, so now it is time for the dance of the sugar plum whack jobs.
First of all, being an ally is an uncomfortable position. Are you uncomfortable yet? How about now? You uncomfortable yet? You uncomfortable? You uncomfortable?
For the love of all that is holy, stop trying to rub your chin balls in my mouth. You're lucky I'm not a feminist, or I'd have you in prison by now. But I do have a couple quick questions for you. Why can't it be a natural feeling to want to be an ally? Why does it have to be uncomfortable? What incentive do I have to help you if I'm uncomfortable in doing so? If you're trying to gain allies, wouldn't you want to make it as convenient as possible for others to help you? To acknowledge that deliberately making it uncomfortable for others is detrimental to your cause? Did you know you have balls on your chin?
In order to benefit the trans community, you must be active in your support.
I don't know who you're trying to get me to support, so I'll make two arguments. In regards to the North Carolina bathroom ordinance that was just overturned forcing people into the bathroom according to the sex on their birth certificate, hey North Carolina, shut the fuck up! You can't see how this would be near impossible to enforce? Let people shit where they want to shit. Half the time you fucks are lucky I'm not sitting on the toilet trying to piss into the fucking sink. Anyway, there's some support for the trans people. Let's see, for you, Milo, new hubcaps for the social justice wagon.
This means standing up for trans rights whenever it's safe for you to do so.
Wait, so the uncomfortable part of being an ally means only following through with something when it's convenient for me? Sounds like my kind of discomfort. Hell yeah!
And always deconstructing your learned biases.
Okay, Milo, let's hear what I need to correct.
All cisgender people are transphobic. Just as all men hold misogynistic views. And all white people are racist. I've known that I'm trans.
No, shut the hell up. You talk about deconstructing learned biases, and in the same fucking breath use your Tumblr logic to classify every single cis-white male as a transphobic, misogynistic racist. Jesus fucking Christ. People like you are the reason no one takes your issues seriously. You're projecting your own personal biases onto everyone else so that you can find fault where there is none. Have you ever thought that that mentality there is what helps to feed the fucking transphobia that does actually exist? And on the topic of feeding transphobia, you know your gender spectrum? It isn't real. There's no scientific evidence to support it. All your gender spectrum bullshit does is turn transgender people into a straw man for religious fundamentalists. You're doing more harm than good here. Stop channeling your brother husband Jeb and go fuck off somewhere, you little fucking Nazi.
I've known that I'm trans for 5 years, and I still sometimes struggle with internalized transphobia. Thoughts that maybe I am a freak, and what if cis gay people never find me attractive?
According to your YouTube channel, you identify as a non-binary, trans, asexual, aromantic queer who doesn't care about anyone's cis feelings. Strange that you would care what a cis male would think about whether or not you're attractive. Sounds an awful lot like you're trying to score a dog-fucking buttload of oppressed privilege points there. Guess what? Transtrender people aren't oppressed.
If I've not been able to overcome my internalized transphobia in the 17 years that I've been living as a trans person...
Wait, what? You just said you've known for 5 years, and now you're saying 17? So not only are your English skills mediocre, your math skills abhorrent, and you have a weird chin scrotum, but you obviously don't know that you aren't capable of living as something if you aren't aware of its existence or your role within its culture. And let's be realists here. We will assume that your age is 17. You are not born trans. Trans is short for transitional. You are either born a biological male or female, except in rare cases of intersex, and you decide to transition later. If you're not transitioning, you're not trans.
You probably have some transphobic biases as well.
Is it a transphobic bias if I would rather stick my dick in a garbage disposal than listen to you?
If you tell me that as a cisgender person, you are not transphobic, you are telling me not to trust you.
Oh no, a child said that if I don't think I'm transphobic, they won't trust me. Whatever will I do now?
Can't do shit. And I'm blessed.
God damn it, I miss you, Bernie Mac.
By telling me that you are not transphobic, you're telling me that you are unaware or choose to live in the dark about the way that we are socialized in a Western society.
Okay, now you sound like you're trying to sell me timeshares.
And most disturbingly, by telling me that you're not transphobic, you're telling me that you think you know everything there is to know about being trans.
Jesus, isn't that whole you're a rapist because you don't realize how men rape women without touching them feminist fistfuck logic we've seen so much of?
And that you think your allyship cannot be improved. Psst, you're also probably not going to improve your allyship until you acknowledge that you're transphobic.
Oh, well, I'm terribly sorry. I guess the question is, how do I improve my allyship? Can I improve my allyship with trans people if I headbutt you in the fucking mouth for being stupid and getting in my face every 3 seconds? Seriously, would anyone mind?
Secondly, one of the most important things you can do as an ally to trans people is to listen to the voices of trans people. And to listen to a variety of voices and not just those who agree with you.
The problem isn't that people aren't listening. In fact, I'm sure a lot of people are trying to listen to the trans people. We just can't hear them over you idiots. I don't care if your new name is Tyquasia and you identify as an agender, demigirl, femme, gender fluid, butch, two-spirit, gender, queerkin who sometimes identifies as a tennis racket or a silk thong. Act like a normal fucking human being.
You don't get a cookie for supporting trans people, but only your trans friends.
I don't get a cookie for supporting trans people, only trans friends. Got it. Support trans friends, get cookies. Thanks.
The marginalization of the transgender community continues because transgender voices are not being heard.
So then shut the hell up so we can hear them. This is seriously what I imagine a live-action Tumblr movie would look like.
The transgender community is incredibly diverse, and you can learn a crap ton by listening to the voices of trans people.
Weird. I just spent 3 minutes listening to you and my brain tried to defecate into its own mouth and then hang itself from a ceiling fan.
One of the best things you can do as an ally is to learn as much as you can and take what you've learned into other communities.
Wouldn't that make me kind of like a prophet? I guess that could be pretty sweet.
Your voice is often given more respect since you are not a part of the community. In the words of Linda Martin, whoosh, speak with the intent to listen, not to speak.
Okay, I'm gonna admit here that I have no fucking clue who the hell Linda Martin is. I do know who Dr. Stephen Covey is, though, who said that most people don't listen with the intent to understand, only to reply. Either way, if your quote had any meaning, you'd be grossly misusing it here. A more relevant quote would be, in the words of Kel Mitchell,
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
Lastly, watch out for those microaggressions. Microaggressions are soft versions of transphobia, where you may have no malintent, but your actions still work to further the marginalization of trans people.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but diminishing the meaning of the word transphobia is probably the last thing you want to do, and that's actually everything you're doing right now.
And that means watch out for your stereotypes and cisnormativity.
Got it. Wait, Cisnormativity? You mean when I assume that most people are cisgender? Fuck me if I'm wrong here, but 99.7% of the population is not considered most people?
Trans people are erased by language that associates gender with a certain set of genitalia.
If you must know, everyone has different characteristics that they associate with gender, and they can be vastly different. Some relate gender to your biological sex that your chromosomes play a large role in forming. This is common because it can be scientifically proven and biological gender doesn't change. Some also say it's your outward appearance and presentation, your body structure, fat distribution, and anything that we perceive as either feminine or masculine. This occurs through everyday interaction and is undeniably the most common way you are associated with a certain gender. Some may say genitals, sure, but even if most people are rude enough to ask what you're packing, most of the time they aren't rude enough to whip your dick out. So people can say that, but it holds little weight.
No, you're not gay because you like penis. You're gay because you like men. But you may happen to really like penis.
But what is the exact number of dicks you've got to suck before you're just gay? Only God can decide that. 3. Oh, okay. Thanks.
Now you have several more tools that should help you further the cause of the trans army.
As well as gratuitous amounts of irreparable brain damage. Thanks, Trans Commander. Allow me to bestow upon you the special snowflake combat regalia. Gender, demigirl, femme, gender fluid, butch, two-spirit, gender, queer,